Okay, it's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd make another video. I just found out a couple of days ago that one of the back neighbours had died. It was quite a shock to us. She was only 63. She had a heart attack and she was taken to hospital. She was in hospital for about 10 days. And then she was released, let go. She came home, and then 3, maybe 5 days later, during the night, she had another heart attack. She had a pop in her artery or heart while she was asleep. Her husband didn't realise, it was quiet. But when he woke in the morning, she was still alive. But because it had been so long and her brain had been starved of oxygen, she didn't last much longer and died. And that was really sad. I mean, she was only 63. That's my age, really. Believe it or not, I'm actually only 60. But I have a chronic illness, and it brings it all home to you and what's important in life. How has your life been? You reflect on your life and the decisions you have made and the situations you are in now. And a lot of people have these bucket lists that they want to do when they retire. I'm basically medically retired now. They want to travel, which is great. I think you should travel some time in your life. I did it when I was earlier, and it was a fantastic time. But for me, I'm a painter, I'm an artist. That's where I like to go now. I'm not interested in lots of travel, doing a lot of things. I tend to want to go internally, and I want to make the most of this time that I have in creating, being an artist, just following my passion, and that's where my joy is. And I think when you get to this stage, when you're approaching retirement, we don't have much money. I haven't got hardly any savings. So the idea of, doing these exotic things are not possible. Or, physically I don't think I can do it anymore. But it's something that doesn't drive me. And I think, you look at all these YouTube videos and about retirement and what you're going to do and downsizing. We never upsized, so we don't have that problem of downsizing. But, I find that it doesn't matter. I think you, as a person on a low income, you can find your own needs or desires in your environment you have. We used to have a vegetable garden here, but one summer it just was really, really wet and everything sort of just rotten and there was lots of slugs, and I can't do as much physical work anymore, and we thought, nah, can't do this anymore. And let's face it, when your vegetables are good, they're all cheap in the supermarkets and the markets. It doesn't make much sense, all that effort and money going in. Yes, it's nice to say you grew your own vegetables. We have fruit. I enjoy the fruit, plum tree and apples and berries. But they're low maintenance for us because we just let them do their thing. But we decided to change the vegetable garden into a wildflower garden. So we just threw in lots of wildflower seeds, and it was one of the best things we ever did. It's just beautiful. The colours there in the summertime, the bees and insects and the birds. You just sit outside and it's just so lovely to have all this colour around in your garden with the flowers. So, I'm really looking forward to it this year. And there's those small things that when you're at home and when you can't go out and exorbitant things or buy nice things, but buying things is, I don't need anything. I don't need much. I mean, I do have a horrible hobby of cameras, but for me, this is a time where I need to look after my health and take care of myself. And regarding the woman behind us who died from a heart attack, I urge you all, if you're in your 60s, please go get your blood pressure checked out. That is one of the biggest killers for people our age. And the thing about it, it's a silent killer. I saw a program on the BBC a couple of weeks ago about it, and we neglect it. We think we're okay. I mean, she talked to her husband and she said no, she didn't have a heart problem. She never had a blood pressure checked out. And it's things that, our age, it's just part of our maintenance. It's time, if it was a car, you would have it checked out at that age. So please, get your blood pressure checked. Find out how you're going. I mean, I have really bad blood pressure, and I take medication for that. I was 45. I went to the doctor. It was my son, who was 3 or 4 at the time. He was sick. Anyway, my sister had been just over here on holiday, and she said that she has high blood pressure and she had it checked out. And I thought, well, I was there with the doctor. I should get my blood pressure checked out. So she said, yeah, no problem. And you'll never guess what it was. 220 over 120. 220 over 120. That is extremely high. So he said, well, okay, I'll put you on some medication straight away, and I want you to come tomorrow and we'll do an ECG. So I turned up the next day, had an ECG, and yeah, I had heart failure. So I've been a heart patient ever since. It's gotten better through medication and lifestyle changes. But that's what I mean. I mean, you could die from it at any time or get seriously ill from it. And it's just a simple thing to do. What I find now as a senior citizen, that you really have to take care of yourself more. I think a lot more about my future and what I want to do. But like I said, I have my painting. That is my escapism. That's where I love to live. And as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy and content. And with my family. My family is very important to me, and we should never neglect our family. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones, hopefully, will be there at the end. Take care, get your blood pressure checked out. Until next time.